What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we got something a bit different. I just wanted to go over the 5 anime figures that I regret buying the most. I've seen this going on in the anime figure community, or some of the bigger names have made videos like this, so I thought that I would have my own video on the subject, considering I have a good amount of anime figures to show for. There are, of course, some that I'm going to regret. So, in this video, we'll be going over the 5 figures that I regret buying. And yeah, it should be a pretty fun video. Let me know in the comments below what figures you regret buying if you do buy anime figures, because I'm sure that you've bought a figure and you've either fell out of love with it or it was an impulse buy or something like that, and I'm sure you probably didn't enjoy it as much as you thought you would. But yeah, here are the 5 anime figures that I regret buying the most. So starting off with number 1, it is unfortunately, very unfortunately, this 1/7 scale kimono Madoka. It was manufactured by Furyu, and honestly, it's one of the worst quality control figures, or it's one of the worst instances of quality control I've seen on a figure in my life, because this figure, everything about it should be good. It's Madoka, she's in a pink kimono, it's super cute, and I can't lie, the sculpt is great. However, the detailing on it is super horrible. I mean, the front bow over here, it barely connects to the peg that it's supposed to go in. There's a bunch of like glue scuffs, or not glue scuffs, but extra glue like coming out of the tie, and then the base itself, the foot part doesn't even connect. I mean, there are a myriad of problems with this figure, and I believe that I've said it before about it, that I wasn't too happy with it. And yeah, as time has gone on, I've become less and less happy with it. And I mean, I'm really disappointed because I really wanted to like this figure. It's a 1/7 scale kimono, and it's from the Magia record version of Madoka. It was supposed to be such a good figure, and it was kind of pricey, I'm not gonna lie. I think it was like 16 or 17,000 yen from Furyu. And yeah, I just expected a lot better quality, considering the price, considering the scale, and considering the character. But the color and everything, her face looks great. It's just that the connecting parts and the small details are very bad on this. So if you find this for a relatively good price, I would say buy it, but other than that, I really wouldn't buy it. The next figure that I regret buying might come as a surprise to some people, but it's this 1/8 scale Kasumi Yoshizawa by Mega House from Persona 5 Royal. There's really nothing wrong with this figure. I personally think it's a great figure and it looks great, and I think that it captures Kasumi as a character perfectly. But unfortunately for me, I didn't finish Persona 5 Royal. Yeah, newsflash, I didn't finish it because I somewhat lost interest after like the 90th hour, and I was like, I kind of want this series to be over already, so I didn't end up finishing it even though I was on the last palace, which is kind of unfortunate. Hopefully one day I go back to it and that this figure will maybe have more meaning to me, but for me personally at this moment, this figure just doesn't really have a lot of meaning to me. And it's a nice looking figure, but figures can look nice, but if you don't really have an attachment to the character, there's only like so much value it can have for you as a collector personally. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with this figure. The base is great, the sculpt is great, the figure looks great. It's just that I don't really have an emotional attachment to it, so I kind of wish that I didn't buy it if I knew this was how I would feel about Persona 5 Royal later on, which is unfortunate because I really did enjoy the beginning of the game. Next up on the list is actually a pop-up parade, and it's specifically the Megumin pop-up parade, because both versions, the winter version and the original version where she has her regular clothing and hat and everything. By the way, I sold that one because of how bad it was. But yeah, so these pop-up parade Megumins were probably some of the worst figures that I've ever bought, if I'm being honest. The quality control was terrible. The look of the figure, it was decent for the price, so I'm not complaining about that. It's just the quality control was absolutely horrible. On this Megumin specifically, which I have right here, the hand came off, which shouldn't have happened, but it came right off. And then the staff itself, which is a problem on most of the Megumin pop-up parade line, doesn't attach to the hand, so yeah, it kind of defeats the purpose for me of the character because the staff is such an integral part of her. But yeah, I'm kind of very unhappy with this figure, and I sort of want to just box it up and not display it, but I might as well. And yeah, I haven't been able to find the hand because it fell off because there was a lack of glue on it, which should show the quality of the figure. I do know that the Pop Up Parade line is pretty affordable, and it's a good starting place for collectors, but the quality I've heard is so up and down that I don't think that after I finish up the Madoka Magica Pop Up Parade set that I'm gonna be buying any more, because they're kind of raising the prices of it and the quality is kind of super dipping, which is evident with this figure. So yeah, not very happy with this figure. The next figure that I regret buying is this 1/8 scale Misaka Mikoto. It is by Kotobukiya, and yeah, I kind of regret buying this even though it was very cheap for a 1/8 scale figure. It was about $55, I believe, which was a pretty good price. And I bought this during my Tuwaru phase, and nothing against the series, but I just don't like it as much as I used to. So my attachment for this character has gone down significantly, which is unfortunate because she was one of my favorite characters, and I kind of bought like 4 figures of her. So yeah, it's one of those situations again where I just kind of fell out of love with the character or the series. It's not that I hate it, but I don't see myself continuing the light novel series after I completed the first half of it. And also with this figure, I just think Misaka is very, very ugly in it, to be honest. She looks very not like Misaka. So that's kind of a big reason why I don't really enjoy this figure. Nothing wrong with it. I got it for a good price. It's just that I fell out of love and she's kind of ugly, so there's that. And finally, the last figure that I regret buying. It's not like as much of a regret as the other ones, but it is this 1/7 scale Kurumi Tokisaki. I can't believe that I bought this. The biggest reason that I regret buying this is because of the price. It was an outrageous like 32,000 yen for this figure when the yen was still very much where it previously was. So this cost a pretty penny, and the reason that it was so expensive is because I'm stupid and I bought the set of the figure with the Blu-ray because I thought that this figure would only come out with the Blu-ray for Data Bullet, and I thought Data Bullet would actually be a full movie and not just a 1 hour or 30-minute OVA actually. So I bought it thinking that I would very much enjoy the series, but I never really ended up watching it, and the Blu-ray was kind of the reason this figure went up in price so much. And then come to find out that they released the figure on its own like 6 months later for a much more reasonable price at like 18,000 yen. So yeah, I kind of dropped the ball with this one, but I personally enjoy the figure myself. I know a lot of people had some issues with it, but I kind of like it because it's a very different look on Kurumi. And yeah, I like the figure, but I regret the price that I bought it at. 32,000 yen for this figure is absolutely ridiculous, especially with how valuable yen was. It was probably like $300 total. 32,000 would probably be closer to 250 at the time of this recording. So yeah, I kind of regret buying this figure at that price, but it's not a bad figure at all. I love how it looks. It's just that that price was outrageous. So that about does it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know that I enjoyed looking at some of my biggest regrets, but I really do hope that I'm able to sell some of these figures to get some of my money back and invest it into other figures. Hopefully I'm able to do that, but if not, it is what it is. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment down below your biggest regrets, and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it very much and appreciate all the support. And I hope you enjoy the different style of videos I'm doing. Don't think that I'm not gonna do the manga shopping videos anymore. I just wanted to get away from that for a bit because I felt like, you know, I was just uploading those back to back to back to back every week. I wanted some diversity on the channel and something more sit down and easier to record. So I hope you're enjoying these videos lately. But yeah, appreciate you checking out the video again and checking out the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.